speaking of the NFL, it's for the bottom half of the show.
Best
we
for last,
got the
baby.
NFC East to cover. All you Cowboys fans, you Giants fans, folks of the Washington football team,
Cowboys,
and you Philly boys. And I would just like to take 1 second to point out that 3 of the 4 teams that we named out have NBA teams in their cities whose fans are doing ignorant stuff. So I need for y'all to cut it out. When the NFL comes back, don't throw anything on the field. None of it. Philly, Washington, and New York. All 3 of you.
don't keep that same energy.
I need y'all to simmer down.
Yep.
All 3 of your teams suck, so cut it out. Cut it all the way out.
Yep.
Y'all were the worst division in the history of the league last year. So when y'all come out to those football games, I'm going to need you to have a seat, order your beer, cheer if your team actually happens to score. Don't throw anything. If you touch an NFL player, it ain't going to be like NBA.
We saw the Aaron Donald incident, bro.
Yeah, don't
just
do
leave it
it.
at that.
I mean, that being said, man, this is the first week of our NFL division prediction segment. So we're going to go 8 straight weeks on this. 1 week, 1 division. It's 8 of them. We got a lot of football to talk for a long time. So, man, just like I told you, that was historically one of the worst divisions in the history of the NFL last season. And they'll all be looking to put some respect back on their names. So we're going to do a segment here called Expectation versus Reality. First team on the docket, the Dallas Cowboys, 6-10 last season, missed the playoffs, no quarterback. 2021 expectations for the Cowboys. What you got?
I think this team is really looking forward to the defense improving vastly. You know, you see it up there on the graphic. The first 6 picks of this draft were spent on defense, and Micah Parsons being a big one, you know, really a little bit bigger and a little bit faster Devin White. Like, we know what he brings to the table. And oddly enough, I think as a rookie, major bold prediction here, I think as a rookie, he will be the best defensive player on the field for the Dallas Cowboys. Really considering who they have out there, 20 linebackers in the room seems like. We know they've got some players, but I mean, like I said, first 6 picks of the draft spent on defense. So they're going to expect that defense to improve vastly. They're going to expect Ezekiel Elliott to bounce back to that, 1,300, 1,400 yard rusher, even slightly under 1,000 when it hasn't been all there for him. Like, we understand the true beast that Ezekiel Elliott is. And then they also want Dak Prescott to come back and win a lot of games. They want him to take them to that 10, 11, 12 win season, extra game in, more touchdowns, more yards for Dak. Like, I know Dak is a good quarterback, but he still is a stat stuffer. Put him in a great situation. Like, I know it's absolutely crazy what happened, but if you put Dak with like the Vikings or the Colts, dude, that's a Super Bowl contender. Are you kidding me? Look at the coaching that's in Dallas. It's just not there. Like, don't come at me with this Mike McCarthy. I don't want to hear about Dan Quinn because it's been nothing since 2017. I know he's just stepping back to the defensive role, but I'm not putting my trust there. Now, reality versus this team is I feel like the defense will barely improve on all, being completely realistic here, largely due to the coaching. And like I said, I don't want to hear about Dan Quinn. I don't want to hear about Mike McCarthy. I'm not really high on this Cowboys coaching. I mean, we looked at it with the Chargers. We looked at it with the Lions. We looked at it with the Falcons. We looked at it with the Browns. You can have so much talent. If you don't have the coaching specifically, did a whole episode on this, specifically in the NFL, you're not going to be able to come through. And then you look at the fact that, like I said, Micah Parsons will probably be the best defensive player on the field for the Cowboys. Zeke should be able to bounce back. I am confident in that. But they didn't go really crazy on offensive. I think they had 2 offensive line picks, so they weren't really, eye-raising. Oh, they might be a big producer for us up front. So I think they'll go about 8-9 this year, realistically. They could win the division. Washington's going to be trying to scrape up with them. But, I mean, then again, you look at the Giants. We really don't know. So I got the Cowboys going 8-9 for this year.
8-9. That's
tough. Too friendly, isn't it?
No, actually, it's not. I mean, the 2021 expectations for the Dallas Cowboys, I think, are a 12-5 season, first place in the division, and a deep playoff run for their expectations. I mean, they have every right to have those expectations because Dak is coming back. You've got a very deep wide receiver core with Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. Then you've got Zeke, who looks to be rejuvenated from all the videos of him that I've seen. So, I mean, they have every reason to feel like in such a weak division, they should be able to come out of there 12-5. They did draft well on the defensive side of the ball. The reality, they were 28th in scoring defense last year, and they're relying on rookies to fix it. That doesn't happen overnight, and
Nope.
Dan Quinn is not proven to really be a defensive guy outside of being with Pete Carroll. It was Pete Carroll, and it was not Dan Quinn. He's been exposed, and he's going to continue to be exposed. But looking at the Cowboys' schedule for 2021, they got the NFC South. I'm giving them 2-2 against that division. The AFC West, I'm also giving them 2-2 against that division. Their other 3 games, which is 3 now instead of 2 because of the extra game added, against Minnesota, Arizona, and New England.
Ooh.
I'm giving them 1-2 in those 3 games.
That's a little gauntlet right there.
Yeah, like those are the 3 extra games they've got. The Vikings, the Cardinals, and the Patriots.
Damn.
And then they got the division. I think they'll go 4-2 in the division, sweeping Philly, splitting with Washington, and splitting with the Giants.
Yeah.
That'll take them to 9-8. I think that'll give them first place in the NFC East because the division still isn't going to be that good. 9-8, 1 game over 500. That'll be enough to win it.